Next up, we have a true visionary who keeps her finger on the data pulse of broadcast industry. Like a pit boss watching a high roller, she's the queen of all TV programming metadata. Please welcome the Chief Revenue Officer at TitanTV, the brilliant Heidi Steffen.
Thank you. So today I'm going to talk about the complexity of the guide industry. It's very complex in the US. I'm going to talk about the challenges, the solutions, and how TitanTV can streamline the process. So let's first talk about the complex. There you go. So with the complexity of the guide data, it takes a while for guide data to get updated, to get out there. It also is different from different platforms, right? It updates at different times. And one consumer could see it different on multiple platforms. So have you ever had your programmer or yourself, you look and go, who do I contact? My programming guide's wrong. Who do I contact? And then when you do contact them, you think you're contacting the right one, but it's not fixed still, and you're frustrated. So let's first talk a little bit more about where or who are the guide data providers in the US. So there are 4 guide data providers. We have GraceNote, Redbee, Xperi, TiVo, and then TV Media. But it gets complex on top of that. Each one of them provides guide data to different platforms, from your cable, your satellite, your OTT, set-top boxes. You have PSUP, over-the-air services. You have online guides, and even smart TV guides that might be receiving it over the air are getting their guide data from somebody else. They're not getting it from over the air. So now that you know where the guide data comes from, what do you do when you report an error and it doesn't get fixed? It's not an instant fix. This is what makes it even more complicated. So from the time a programmer, a local station, or a network sends their changes off to the guide data providers, it could take 24 to 72 hours before they get it updated in their system, and then they get it out. And then once they get it to where they provide guide data, it could take up to 7 days to get updated. One of the reasons is there are still old cable set-top boxes out there that only look for guide data changes once a week. So what does that mean? How can we help solve this solution? That is where our MediaStar scheduling tool will help with that. We have worked with the 4 major data providers. We've worked with them. How do they want the format? How do they want their data sent to them? What data do they want to send with them? So that all of our scheduler users, all they have to worry about is getting their schedule updated in MediaStar. Then they go ahead and push a button, say, send my data, a rolling 3 weeks, and it's electronically sent to there. Now, there are some guide data providers that have gone even more, where they'll go ahead and they've created an interface for their editors where they're not touching that data. They're comparing it from what they have in their system, from what's being sent from MediaStar. They highlight the changes, and they just do a click. So it's getting in their system quicker, faster, and less human error. So what does that mean? So our goal and what we're seeing today, this is streamlining guide data from the source all the way out to where consumers are seeing it. This means more accurate guides across the board. So, in conclusion, what MediaStar can provide to local broadcasters and networks is faster updates, fewer human errors, better viewer experience across the board, and more efficient process from the time you create that content till it's then viewed on a television set, a screen, and the guide data behind it. If you want to learn more, we are actually putting on a Television Guide Services 101 webinar. We go more into depth of this, so if you know someone at your station or somebody that would like to know more about it, let us know. I've got a cards here, or you can scan this. It's very complex and it changes. I've even learned more information this week at NAB on how the guide data continues to change. Thank you.